Good evening, and welcome once again to the Whiskey Cowboy Live. Today's date is July 2nd, 2023. It is Sunday, and I hope everyone's 4th of July weekend, Independence Day weekend, although Independence Day will be on Tuesday. I hope it has been going fantastic. It has been raining up here in the Northeast, and I welcome folks to the show. If you are on the show, watching live, go ahead and say hello. Trying to get everything sorted here. There we go. So I can see all of the goodies. Folks who have been following the show may notice a few other changes. We have indeed upgraded the show once again. Now we have the video right there. I brought the flag back. Last show was black background. It was fine, but decided to go with something a little more colorful. Slightly different camera angle. I actually have more distance from the camera, so I shouldn't have any moon head down. Also, yes, as I said, I was going to trim my beard down, so I took off about an inch. So it's like, okay, looking fine. Waiting for folks to jump into the show. We have a big bullet point to start out the show with tonight, and it is the latest mass shooting in Baltimore that happened last night. It was actually early this morning. It was just after 12 o'clock. Midnight. Now I hope everybody can hear the show fine. It appears as if my software is now capping out my output. So we'll see how that goes. The Zoom meeting room is up and running, so if folks want to join the Zoom meeting room, they can. Let's see what we got going on here. You will notice that the online section is also truncated underneath my camera. And when we want to go larger, I can increase that size, but you can see when I am zipping around doing various things for you folks. Today's coffee is Blueberry Cobbler from New England brand coffee. Delicioso. Waiting for folks to jump in. There will be no show, and I will say it several times through tonight's show. There will be no show on Tuesday. Tuesday there usually is, but since it is the Independence Day holiday actual, I'm going to forego the show. So the next show will be on Thursday. Waiting for folks to get the notification that the show has gone live. My first bullet point will be the mass shooting in Baltimore, and I will start out with a media showing this morning, earlier today. Judy says, it's just me now. I love the background. Thank you. Thank you, Judy. I'm still using the same filter on it. You wouldn't know it because it's colorful. If I went to the other one, the colors would be bright. So we still got that haze. It's working fine. So at least since somebody's there, we will start the press conference from the mayor of Brooklyn, which is a suburb of Baltimore. This area is called South Baltimore, and it is generally added with all the stats, all the crime stats of the Baltimore area, the greater Baltimore area. So I am going to start this press conference, and I will be stopping periodically to address certain things that are said. I have not seen it all, but I've seen some of it. This is the chief of police and the mayor of Brooklyn.
Good afternoon. We're here today to provide an update on a mass shooting that occurred earlier this morning. Just after 12:30 a.m., we received calls for a shooting. We located 10 victims on scene. One victim, adult female, was pronounced deceased on the scene. 9 additional victims were transported from the scene to local hospitals. Shortly after, 20 additional victims walked into local and regional hospitals with various injuries. Currently, we are still at 30 victims. Ages range from 13 to 32. 9 victims remain at area hospitals in various conditions. 2 victims have been pronounced deceased. Our hearts and prayers continue to go out to the families, friends, this community, and our city as a whole. Our officers continue to scour the very large crime scene. We have assistance from our federal, state, and local partners. We've been on the phone with them all day. They've been providing resources, anything that they could get us to help. And I ask if anyone with information, please call 911 or Metro Crime Stoppers at 866-7-LOCKUP. At this time, I'll turn it over to Mayor Scott.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I want to thank BPD. I want to thank Monsi, all of our city agencies, our Senate President, our Councilwoman, our Council President, our federal and state partners who have been here with us. I want to reiterate what I said this morning, that this was a reckless, cowardly act of violence that has taken 2 lives and altered many, many more. And as I said earlier, we will find those who are responsible, and we will not stop until we do so.
Okay, we're going to stop him right there. I have looked at least a dozen articles online about this shooting, and there's supposedly at least 2 suspects that they know of. At least 2. Not a single damn description of a suspect has been given. That's right. They know that there was at least 2 people, and they know who they're supposed to be looking for, but there's no descriptions going out, which, you know, if I was to be a betting man, I'd tell you what the description is, much akin to the mayor himself. Now, let's go on with this press conference.
Again, this tragic incident is another glaring, unfortunate example of the deep issues of violence in Baltimore, in Maryland, in this country, and particularly gun violence and the access to illegal guns.
Wrong. 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 You see how he pivoted that? This is not a national problem. This isn't a gun problem. This isn't a violence problem. This is a freaking Baltimore, Maryland problem. These problems happen time and time again in Democrat-run cities. Baltimore is one of the highest murder rates in the United States and has been for a long damn time. Are you seeing mass shootings like this in your state? Are you seeing mass shootings like this in your community? Are you having violence problems in your state or your community? Certainly isn't in mine. We don't have these mass shootings. We don't have these violent problems. Yes, when you get to the bigger cities in the states, you do have more problems, but they pale in comparison to these major Democrat strongholds that already have extremely tough and stringent gun laws. Again, watch that pivot, and they do it every damn time. It's their problem. If you beat your wife, you can't then go, we have a wife beating epidemic, a problem in my neighborhood. Was your neighbor's wife getting beat by their spouse? How about the other one? How about them down the street? No, only you? Stop saying it's a neighborhood problem. It's a your problem. But they don't want to address that because that means they're going to have to take accountability of themselves and their own issues. You got a problem, you take care of it. We do not have a national problem with gun violence. We don't have a national problem with people getting their hands on illegal guns. We don't even have a national problem with guns. If we did, everybody would be dead. We have so many guns. I carry a gun every single day. I got a gun right on my hip right now. Does not jump out of its holster and does not shoot anybody. But this is what they do every damn time. They use their own failures, their own flaws, their own faults to then crack down and take away the rights of law-abiding citizens who don't have those problems. Yeah, I don't know why your video was coming on, Donna. We're not supposed to have any videos on the show. Donna joined us in Zoom room. Let me see my settings here because it was supposed to be. Let's see here.
I'm trying to get my sister involved in this, and she's messing with it.
Oh yeah, well I'm supposed to have no videos anyways. So
I
even
didn't
if people
tell her that.
no, but whether it shouldn't be on your part, if that makes sense. Whether you want to, the same way as whiteboards and stuff like that. Let's see here. Yeah, host only. Host only can do whiteboards. So yeah, just keep cameras off until I figure that out. Let's get this first bullet point out of the way. But yeah, back to that pivot. It's always their shortcomings and their faults, and they want to crack down on everybody else. So let's continue with this complete pile of horse shit.
This year alone, the Baltimore Police Department has seized 1,345 illegal guns that were in the hands of people that should not have them, that had them anyway because they're so easy for them to obtain. We will continue to hold those individuals who carry those weapons, who use those weapons in acts of violence like this one that we saw today, accountable, but we need accountability at every level. From those who are selling and trafficking those weapons into Baltimore from places outside of our state, to companies who manufacture guns in a way that skirt gun laws in our...
Did you hear that? Did you hear that? Don't hold... Let's not focus on the fact that you're breaking up the family unit, that you are not adequately punishing those who actually commit crimes, and still trying to crack down on those people who have broken no law whatsoever. But now you're talking about people trafficking the guns into Baltimore illegally? Yeah, right. Okay. You're talking about gun manufacturers, and this is another one of those. Why don't you bring up the proven wrong gun show loophole that they like to bring up all the time as well, that does not exist. But yeah, these manufacturers that are manufacturing guns that skirt gun laws, not a one. There's not a fucking one out there that is manufacturing firearms that skirt gun laws. But the left keeps saying this hogwash, and it's the same as hands up, don't shoot. And then the ignorant masses believe that crap as if it really was true. And it's not. But let's continue.
Country, and we also need community responsibility as well.
Yes, as well. No, that's where you need to start. Start with your community. Your community. Not my community. Not my state. Your community. Where your problems are manifesting in ways that do not manifest themselves in the vast majority of the country. We don't deal with this crap. This is your crap.
We have to be better for us as Baltimore. We need to say when we know people, especially young people, are carrying these weapons, because we have a responsibility to ourselves that goes beyond what any government agency has to us. We are asking again that anyone that knows anything about this mass shooting, and that's what I wanted to call it, it's a mass shooting. We want this shooting to be treated just as it happened in rural America. We want everyone to come.
Just as it would happen in rural America. Do you see that? Let me get this. Let me show you that pivot again.
Knows anything about this mass shooting, and that's what I wanted to call it. It's a mass shooting. We want this shooting to be treated just as it happened in rural America. We want everyone to come forward.
You see, it doesn't happen in rural America. And you grew up, you, Mr. Mayor, grew up in a culture. You did. Snitches get stitches. That's half of your freaking problems. Everybody knows who the criminals are. Everybody knows how to take care of it. Read articles and people in the community that stepped forward and spoke about the incident wanted to remain anonymous because they feared for their safety. That's not a New Hampshire problem. That's not an Arkansas problem. That's not a Texas problem. That's not a Montana problem. That's a freaking Democrat-run, minority, majority, urban community problem in America. But now you want them to come forward. As soon as I heard that this happened and it was a block party, it's like, yeah, I'll bet you I can tell you what block the party was at. Oh, but that's racist, right? Nah. Everybody knows the truth. And we as a nation need to step up and start speaking the truth. Well, let's go on with this clown.
And say, treat this if it was your daughter, your son, your brother, your cousin that was out here shot at this event. We must come together as Baltimore and wrap our arms around this Brooklyn community. And
okay, number one, my daughter, my cousin, my sister, none of my relatives would be involved in a urban block party. Sorry, it's just not happening. So again, let's dial it in. Let's start. Don't do touchy-feely about everybody out there. How would you feel? No, you deal with the problem. What a freaking clown.
Each other, but again, as I said earlier, we have to be better for ourselves. I'm going to quickly now turn it over to our Mayor's Office of Neighborhood Safety Engagement, Acting Director Stephanie Mavronis.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. I'm here today just to say my office stands in solidarity with the community in the aftermath of this horrific event. My agency, as of 12 p.m. today, has stood up a coordinated neighborhood stabilization response. In this community, we will be having a presence focused on healing resources, coordinating city agency and community-based partner presence here. We have a number of agencies that I want to say thank you for being here, and community-based partners who have expressed their willingness to step in and play a role. I want to give a special shout out to the Red Cross, who is providing water and food for some of the residents who are affected in this immediate area. We also are putting a priority in these immediate hours after this incident on mental health.
Okay, now, who the hell needs water and food? This wasn't freaking Mogadishu. It happened in a suburb of freaking Baltimore, Maryland. Who the hell needs water and food? Really? Really? Water and food? Give me a break. Freaking clown show. Freaking clown show. You guys in those communities and those neighborhoods and the cultures that they foster push for ruining the family unit. Going against everything that made this nation great and makes a society great. And this is what you get. And food and water. Food and freaking... Let's go.
Clinicians and response, and so we want to make sure that we're able to help facilitate the healing process for this community. As some of you may know, our coordinated neighborhood stabilization response means we'll have a presence in this community in partnership with many city agencies over the next 45 days, and so we are going to have a sustained presence here. We really appreciate the partnership from everyone so far and the community, and look forward to being here.
Mr. President, Presidents.
Just to reiterate what the mayor said, I think when we look at this from a federal, state, and local partnership, I'd like to thank all those involved who have been involved at working around the clock. What we understand and know is that this indiscriminate, callous, reckless behavior by a few causes tremendous amount of trauma to hundreds, and particularly our vulnerable adults in this community, our children. They deserve better. The one thing I'll ask, and as my heart continues to ache for not only this community.
Okay, and he brought up another thing. This indiscriminate. This really, you think that the shooters just for no reason just showed up at your block party and just started shooting away indiscriminately? Oh, they probably didn't care who they were shooting. Guaranteed, as this plays out and they find out, you're going to find out that they were probably gang members and this was gang related, as it almost always is. Oh, but this gun violence problem and this sweeping the nation. It's like, yeah, we don't put up with that shit where we are. It's your problem. Indiscriminate. It's not as indiscriminate as what you would like it made out to be. It was a targeted shooting. Now again, they may have indiscriminately shot people there, but it wasn't. They didn't just go wake up out of the blue and go, well, we're just driving around. Let's just shoot some shit up. No, didn't happen. But again, let's hear this shit show continue.
But for those who have been impacted, it's for folks who have information. Come forward. Don't just rely on the Baltimore Police Department and our federal partners to solve this crime. These are events that are about celebration, about coming together, that are intergenerational, and should be sacred to our communities. And when a few decide to go and literally create a mass shooting, it's completely unacceptable. And I ask folks in our community to step up, whether there's your son's friends, your neighbors, folks that you know online, information that you think you might have. Please ensure that you do the right thing, particularly for the victims who have lost their lives and their families who will ever be impacted by this particular day.
Okay, and like I said, I've read articles, and there's people in the neighborhood, and they're talking, but they do not want to be identified because they're afraid for their safety. They know who the hell did this. They know. It's not an unknown thing. Play it off as if they don't. Stop it.
You know what gets me is like this was almost 1 o'clock in the morning or something like that.
Yeah, it was 12 something, yep.
Okay, and there were like 14 kids there under the age of 18.
Right. Yeah. But you know, they had food and they fed the kids first, they say in the articles. They made sure they fed the kids first. Yeah, sure they did. And they tried to make it seem like this big wholesome thing, and they had dance contests. Bet you know what those dance contests were, don't you? I wonder how much twerking they were doing.
That's what I was thinking.
And face painting and pony rides and local community rappers. Like I said, gee, we don't have block parties like that where I come from.
Nope.
We don't have local rappers. It's like everything is known about this, and they're playing it off as if this is a national issue or this is what affects everybody. It doesn't. It doesn't.
This happens every freaking week.
They had the same damn thing happen at one other major city on Juneteenth.
I know it. It's like this is. Have you ever gone to that website, Hey Jackass?
No.
There's a website called Hey Jackass that is about Chicago.
Mm-hmm. Chirac?
Yeah, Chirac.
Yeah.
And it's really, really funny, interesting. But check that out.
This is nothing new. I mean, the only thing different about what happened this time is the scale.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
This shit happens all. Like I said, Baltimore is one of the murder capitals of the United States.
Yeah.
So this is the only thing unique about what happened this time is how many people were actually affected. That's it. But the actions are not new. Well, let's go back.
No.
Let's go and see what else they got to say.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, Mr. Commissioner, Mr. President. First and foremost, I want to say to the families in Brooklyn, I'm sorry. You should never, ever, ever have to face something like this. This is a societal problem that we're dealing with, a mass shooting where a disagreement turns into 28 people shot. This is insanity.
This is not a societal problem. It's not happening in rural America where people have a disagreement and they shoot up 30 some odd people at a gathering. This is a Democrat urban problem, not societal. It's not America. This is Democrat shit. This is not the average American.
Well, what do they expect, really? They let these people, like, remember when all the riots was going on, and they would get these people and then turn them loose and
Right. Guaranteed when they find Pookie and T-Bone, whatever the hell their names are, they have a long criminal history.
oh yeah,
Guaranteed. It's like, here you go, these illegal guns. No, what they mean is people who are felons, people who are convicted criminals shouldn't have the gun. That gun would be normally not illegal if it was in the hands of a law-abiding citizen. It's not the gun that was illegal. It's the person that was carrying it. That's like going the illegal cars. What, because the guy without a license drove a car? That makes the car illegal?
right.
So stop it. Okay, let's go on with this. Again, time and time again, they paint it and they move the issue into everybody else. You're all part of this. Our society's to blame. You know, oh, let's tackle this together. No, motherfucker, you tackle your own problems because you caused your own problems and leave the rest of the nation alone because we're doing just fine.
This cannot be the society that we are expected to live in. We have to do better. We've done what we could at the state level to try and find ways for it to be harder to get guns into people's hands, but this is the problem with too many guns.
The problem isn't guns in people's hands. The problem
it's
is
because they
penises in
lock these
vaginas
people up.
and the men not sticking around and taking care of their families. The problem is not holding people accountable for their actions from an early age on. And then when they do things, again, none of these criminals, this is their first time. They've got long rap sheets. They've got years and years, sometimes decades worth of crimes that have been documented. So this is not a problem about guns and how easy it is to get. Any more so than obesity is caused by the availability of going down to your local supermarket and filling up your cart full of food. That's not what causes obesity. So enough.
In too many hands of people that make life and death decisions. It is not okay. Something has to give. This isn't how I anticipated this Sunday. For the 28 families that were directly impacted, I am so unbelievably sorry.
Okay, and how about this? What if there was a law-abiding, caring citizen? Could have ended it.
To the hundreds that witnessed it and who will forever be changed, I'm sorry. And for the thousands and thousands of Marylanders who on this day will have to think about the mass shooting that occurred here in Baltimore, this isn't sustainable.
Right, and don't forget while you're lamenting this horrible crime, remember it's Trump and the MAGA Republicans that they're really to blame. They're the ones that are shooting up your neighborhoods and they're causing all these problems. Is them people, not your own community members who you damn well know didn't vote Republican, aren't conservative, and are your own damn prodigy. You created these people.
Something has to give. I stand here as a representative of the state saying that the state is in partnership and in conversation with the governor to provide the resources necessary so that no community has to deal with what we're dealing with here today.
Thank you, everyone, for being here. I'm infuriated. I'm angry that this is how I'm spending my Sunday on a holiday weekend. Brooklyn has forever and always been a neglected community. And this is not the time for us to forget them now. This is a time for us to come together and stand in solidarity with them and also provide the necessary resources from the local, state, and federal level.
A neglected community. What the hell is a neglected community? You have
They
taxpayers
don't get
there.
enough federal money, I
Right,
guess.
but you have taxpayers there. You elect your officials. You have your own police department. You have your own resources. What's to be neglected? See, that's your problem. That's your problem. It's not the state's problem. It's not the nation's problem. And it sure as hell isn't my problem. That's your problem. I guarantee you've got more money flowing into Brooklyn than my town has flowing into it. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. You get more federal and state aid, guaranteed, than my town does. But we don't have this garbage happening. Think about that. It's not about being neglected. Neglected community. Oh, it's been a neglected community for a long time. Oh, that's just like the marginalized bullshit. I'm a marginalized person. Bullshit. You got the loudest freaking voice out there. Every camera that's out there, you get in front of and the spotlight's put on you. Marginalized, my ass. Neglected, my ass. How's about this? Stop neglecting your freaking families. Parents, start raising your children. Raise your children. This shit won't happen. Do the right thing. You want to lay down with a man? Marry that man. Don't have children from multiple fathers and then expect Big Daddy G to come in on his big white horse and just give you everything that you want in life while you don't do a goddamn thing for it. Neglected. No, you neglect yourself. You neglect yourself. Your community neglects itself. A community is the people that make up the community. Start looking within instead of extending the hand out and going, gimme, gimme, gimme. Woe is me. Woe is me. Give me more money. We're neglected. Bullshit.
I won't stop fighting for my communities, and we cannot stop now. Thank you.
Fighting for your communities, my ass.
We're going to start with questions. I'm going to call on folks. We're going to start with our local media, the Baltimore Sun, if you were here.
Yeah. I'm wondering how many victims under the age of 18 were hurt.
How many? Sorry. What was the question?
Victim under the age of 18.
We believe it was around 14. We're still confirming ages of everyone. We have some tentative ages and dates of birth on some, so we're right around 14.
14 victims under the age of 18.
Oh, okay. Well, still, I mean...
Sure.
Yeah,
that's
I'm
what
sure
we're
you can't
trying
hear
to
the questions
investigate.
asked because I
This was
can't
an
hear them.
unpermitted event, so our job now is to figure out when we figured out that this was occurring, what our officers did, and if we made mistakes, we'll fix them and move forward so this does not happen ever again.
Great. Go next to the banner.
Yes. We've heard from residents that it seemed like the crime scene was not secured.
Okay, she's asking about the security of the crime scene. The residents were saying that it wasn't secure. It was like an 8-block area.
City officials come in and sweep the crime
So
scene.
you can't secure it and people live there. You just have to do the best that you can.
No,
but
what happened, this was a huge crime scene. We're talking about multiple blocks. We had crime scene tape, and we did still have people walking through. We stopped people from walking in, but we also had people who lived in the area that we had to allow them to get to their houses. So officers would escort to their homes. So that may have been who you've seen. We also did, as we do with every crime, when we get some daylight, we do another canvas, and our K9 units were able to locate more shell casings. So we had to put up more crime scene tape and recover those things. And there's still, if you go over to the scene now, detectives, federal partners are still looking for evidence. And we'll continue to look for evidence until we find everything that we need to prosecute and arrest these individuals.
Go next to WBAL.
Do you all have a description of a suspect, and do you think there could be more than one?
We know for sure there is definitely.
okay, you asked if they have a description of the suspect and if they know that there's more than one. Remember, I've read article after article, and they said at least 2, no descriptions given. So let's see what he's got to say.
More than one. We don't know exactly how many, but we do know more than one person was shooting.
All right, WJZ.
Yeah, you see what he did? And she says, she asked, she or he, I forget, do you know how many there were and descriptions of the suspects? You noticed he just skipped over the description part.
Oh, they never do that. They never give a description.
Well, here's the reason why. And
I know why.
They do sometimes, but normally if it's anything other than black,
Exactly.
they'll give the description right away. And they do that because if you then search for that data online, you'll get that data. So there's so many cases out there, they don't give a suspect so that the numbers, if you do a search, murders by whites, murders by blacks, right, and look for news stories, they don't come up.
Now, I have a question about, can you tell me about the injured? So I know we had 2 dead, 28. Are they injured? Are they suffering from all gunshot wounds? Are you saying maybe tell me about the conditions of the victims?
No, what we do is we decipher whether it's a gunshot or if it's somebody that's injured from running or glass or whatever. All 30 of the victims are confirmed gunshot victims. 2 are deceased. All but 9 have been released from the area hospitals. So we still have 9 in area hospitals. A couple are still in critical condition.
WMAR?
My question is, there have been many videos circulating online about a kid pulling a gun out of a bag. Do you know if this might be a potential suspect, or is there any way that we can confirm or deny anything surrounding that video?
I've seen the video. Anyone who has a gun it's in that area is a potential suspect. So we're looking for any kind of video, and if anyone has any Ring cameras, any other cameras.
And she was asking about, there's a video going around of a kid pulling a gun out of a bag, so that's what she was asking about.
Any other video that you see that could help us, please send it to us so we can find these individuals.
And then just on that note, though, I think it's important for us to say when we talk about this incident and us needing to be better for ourselves, those videos you saw were posted by adults. Mm-hmm. When did it become okay for adults to film young people having weapons and no one say anything? We have to be better. That means that this, as you heard.
But again, that's your problem. That's my problem. That's Joe Blow's problem. That's Sally Sue's problem. It's not their problem. They're not going to deal with this. Yeah, since when is it okay for adults to be filming and or then putting that online of children with guns or pulling guns out of bags? Well, it's the same adults that are doing drugs in front of their kids and don't give a shit if their kid is dealing drugs and having unprotected sex and engaging in all forms of hooliganism. They don't care. So this is where you draw the line. Like I said, they've got problems, and they start at the family level. And the Democrats were the ones that did all that they can do and are continuing to destroy that.
This was a multi-generational event.
Bingo.
You had young people, you had older folks, you had folks middle-aged like myself.
But it wasn't the event that he is meaning the Block Party was a multi-generational event. But the truth is, the situation was a multi-generational event. It wasn't about the Block Party, because everyone at the Block Party were part of the community. Everyone that was involved, from the shooters to the victims, were part of that community, multi-generational, that brought them to this point. Because like I said, we don't have this shit in my neck of the woods.
We have to have a better level of accountability. We should not be some grown man filming some young person pull out a gun and not say something to someone. Even if you're too afraid to say something, that's a call that you make to law enforcement so they can get that information in real time, not after posting a video, not just posting a video to get likes on.
And where the hell did this young person get the gun? Where were their parents? Again, they go to the end of the problem. They go to the very end of the problem and then point fingers in all sorts of directions without dealing with a single one of the major issues that could have prevented it from the start. And it's not preventing law-abiding citizens from owning firearms.
On Instagram.
Can you talk about the assist of your federal partners? We see ATF and other agencies out there scouring the scene. How important is it for them to work with you guys?
It's extremely important. We work with them every single day. Our federal partners, if you don't see them here, they are here. Regardless of whether you see them, they're helping us constantly with investigations. I talk to members from the FBI, ATF, DEA, the marshals. The state's attorney called me. Just about everyone, the U.S. attorney called me. Just about everyone called and offered their support and whatever we needed this morning. So we are working with multiple agencies to try to figure out what happened here.
Great. We'll go to Fox 45 and then we'll open it up.
Yeah, Mayor Scott, question for you. You mentioned illegal guns on the streets. I know that that is a huge concern, but with this mass shooting, is it a sign of the city's crime plan? Is it working? What could the city be doing differently?
Well, I think that to simplify an incident, what we should be talking about is the actions of people who decide to pull weapons, right? This is not about whether the police department or MONSE or our federal partners or folks who are working to reduce violence are doing their job every day. This is about people who cowardly decide to come to a celebration and shoot it up. Let's call this what it is. Let's not make this into some political dog whistle.
No, but he did it. He started the whole freaking press conference making it a political dog whistle. He started the press conference blaming the entire nation for their problems and saying we have these problems. No, you have these problems. So now he does. No, I agree. I didn't see what the police did there, but police are not the first responders. Those on scene are the first responders. The police didn't cause this shooting. But, like I said, not prosecuting and properly putting away known criminals is, and that's not a police department problem either, because I can guarantee you, police see the same faces over and over and over and over again. Very seldom is it the first time they see somebody. They know who they're dealing with because the system is a rotating door system. Catch them.
Let them loose.
Book them. Slap them on the wrist at most, minimal time, if any, and send them back out on the streets. Again, what rural America and what the vast majority of the nation does is not contributing to this problem at all. It's what Democrat-controlled communities and states are doing, and that's what it takes with the criminals. So.
The reality is that I could stand here today and tell you that homicides in Baltimore are down 20%. But who cares today? Because 30 people were shot.
Right. Yeah. He could say that. He could say that honestly, that the murder rate in Baltimore is down 20% from last year. I think it's closer to 14 to 18%. What I read, but we'll go heavy. We'll go 20%. Yeah, it is. From one of the all-time highs in Baltimore history. So it's like, you can't, it goes up and up and up and up, and then they try to go, oh, I can tell you that the murder rates are down 20% and it's not going to matter. No, it's not going to matter, because even that 20% still makes it much higher than it's been throughout the rest of the history of Baltimore. Baltimore was out of control, still is out of control. Even with the declining murder rates. That's not anything when you're still one of the highest murder rates in the nation, even with your declining rates. See, this is again these are the games that these jackwagons like to play, because they know people aren't going to do the research. I did the research before I came on tonight. And it wasn't even very deep. All you had to do is go to your favorite search engine and type in Maryland shooting. And then read the articles. Just read them really quick. Most of the time it's pretty much the same damn information anyways. Like another councilwoman from that community is all up in arms, no pun intended. And she wants to hold accountability. Why didn't the police do this and this and this? Like, the police weren't the problem. The shooters were the problem. And the shooters were more than likely from your community. And you raised them. They're yours. They're not the police's. They're yours. You're responsible for this.
And 2 are dead. The reality is that we're going to work hard every day to make sure that they're reducing violence in Baltimore, regardless of who's pulling the trigger, regardless of where they come from, regardless if they're from Baltimore City, Baltimore County, Kalamazoo, Michigan. If they're in Baltimore committing crimes, we are going to be seeking them out and trying to stop them. But we have to always be reminded, when you're talking about incidents like this, that these are individuals who made the choice to pull that trigger. But that choice was given to them because of the access to a legal gun.
Wrong. See that pivot again? See that pivot again? He was like, oh, he's almost there. He's almost there. Individual choice. Oh, but because they had access to guns. Oh, well, shit. You were so close. You were so close, clown man. So close. You were right freaking there. Right there. And you lost it. Up in smoke. Gone. So close.
And remind you that, again, year after year after year, when we look at where the guns, working with our fabulous federal partners, where the guns recovered in Maryland come from, most in Baltimore come from, they come from outside of Maryland. We have to deal with this issue of guns here locally. Our wonderful state partners have been helping at that, but we have to deal with it at the national level as well. We are going to continue to work to reduce violence.
Okay, so, and why do the majority of these guns come from outside of Maryland? Well, because Maryland has strict gun laws. I live in a state that doesn't have strict gun laws. The guns, almost to a number, come from within the state. And we're not shooting up freaking communities. It's not the guns. It's not even where they get the guns, because it doesn't matter. Why does it matter where they get the guns? It's not the guns. We're not doing this shit. Again, got a gun right here. Ain't shooting shit up. Stays in its holster. Doesn't even stay in a safe. Stays in my holster. And when I go mow the lawn, it's on my hip. When I'm on the front porch drinking coffee, it's on my hip. When I go down to the grocery store, it's on my hip. Can't get any more out in the open than that. And it's not shooting shit up. It's not the guns. Never has been the guns. It's this. And it's this. This. And this. Fix the problem. And the problem isn't guns.
In Baltimore every day, we're not going to be dismayed by cowards that committed this mass shooting, and we're going to continue to remove those folks off the street. And as I said earlier, I hope these folks don't sleep well, because we're not going to sleep until we pull them off.
Follow up here from Tom.
Question for the Miss in the Hat. You said Brooklyn is a marginalized community. Can you tell us more about the community?
And it's Councilwoman Porter, by the way.
Right. The reporter asked, you said that Brooklyn is a marginalized community. Can you tell us about the community?
I'm sorry.
No worries. So it is a marginalized community. We have some of the highest unemployment rates down here. We have some of the highest violent crime rates in Brooklyn proper.
Okay. Some of the highest unemployment rates. Because businesses don't want to be there. Businesses go where they can operate and make money and do so safely. If they can't do that and the community is not something that's going to benefit them, they leave. That doesn't make the community marginalized. That makes you unsuited for businesses. Number two, you can't say you're a marginalized community because you have some of the highest crime and murder rates. That's the people themselves, motherfucker. That's the people themselves. You do this. It's not marginalized. What's up, marginalized? I am so sick and tired of this. You're not marginalized because you're a bunch of damn criminals. That's on you. That's on you. Stop it. Stop it. You can do it. You can do it. Countless people go their whole lives without being criminals. You can do it. You choose not to. Why? Because you gain power and prestige, clout, you name it. You get that from these bullshit statuses of victimhood that you yourself are creating. You're not a victim of businesses. You're a victim of yourself. You're not marginalized by anybody. You do that yourself.
Brooklyn homes, particularly, we have some of the high volume crime rates we see.
Great. We're going to open it up for folks who haven't asked questions yet. If you can just identify yourself and your
And I tell you what, if they started cracking down on the crime like they needed to, then these same people would start pissing and moaning and act as if now they're victims of law enforcement. Happens. It's you can't win.
Division Washington, do we know if this attack is a random attack or was a target attack?
They want to know whether it was a random or targeted attack.
All we know right now is that we had multiple victims open fire on a large crowd of people who were out during the block party. We don't know if they were targeted or if they were just shooting indiscriminately down the street or up the street.
Kelsey with WTC, and forgive me for joining late if you already answered this question. Do you believe that this is just one person who opened fire on the crowd, or any reason to believe there might be more?
Yeah, same question.
No, we know for a fact that there
Just
was at least two.
Jesus.
We're still
Listen to what
investigating
other
that there were
people
even more.
said.
Thank you.
Haley Milan with DC News Now. Do you have a sense of what the average age was of the folks at this party last night?
Give them the range.
We've ranged from 13 to 32, with 14 under the age of 18.
The average age of the people attending the block party, 13 to 32. That's all young people. That's all young people.
To the children's ER, correct?
I'm not sure what hospitals. They went to every hospital within the region because we had 29 victims transported or walked into area hospitals, and no one hospital could handle that volume.
We're going to do two more questions.
You've already, I think you've answered this. You asked about ring cameras and door cameras. I noticed that around the apartment complex there are cameras up on buildings. Are those cameras functioning? Or you have access to them? Can you find out? I mean, obviously early in your investigation.
Okay, they're asking about cameras. They were talking about ring cameras and door cameras, but they noticed in the footage that this housing complex has cameras up on the tops of the buildings, looking down, and they were wondering whether those were functional cameras. Now, I've seen the place. You can go and look for yourself. The place looks like the projects. So.
But are you trying to find those cameras to see which is working?
Yes, we do have. Most of them are operational, and we have seen the video. That's what our detectives continue to do, because as you know, it's hours and hours of video from multiple cameras, and then we hope we get even additional video and private video.
Do you know what type of weapon was used, what type of gun?
We don't know yet. We have multiple different casings.
Okay, this is how disingenuous he is. The question was, do you know what types of weapons were used? Okay, now, if you have casings, you know what freaking type of weapon it was.
Yes, exactly.
But listen to his response again.
That's what our detectives continue to do, because as you know, it's hours and hours of video from multiple cameras, and then we hope we get even additional video and private video.
Do you know what type of weapon was used, what type of gun?
We don't know yet. We have multiple different casings. We can only speculate, and we wouldn't do that yet because we've seen the weapon that was pulled out of the one video. We don't know if that was one of the weapons fired, so we have to analyze every one of the cases.
Thank you, everybody.
We don't know. We don't know. And you want to know why? Because I'll bet you they were all pistols. And that goes against the narrative, because they talk about illegal firearms, but when they really try to crack down, they want scary black rifles first, because those are the easy ones to get. They know what kind of weapons they were. Multiple casings. Okay, idiot. What were the cases? We don't want to speculate. You know what a 9mm Parabellum casing is and what freaking shoots it. You know what a .45 casing is and what shoots it. You know what a .223 or a 5.56 casing is and what freaking shoots it. We don't want to speculate. We've got multiple casings and we don't want to speculate. Really? Resign. Resign. You're a freaking moron. You are a moron. You can gather up the shell casings that you found. Put them on a table. Take a picture of them. Send it to me. I'll tell you what freaking type of gun they were using at the event. No, you can't tell whether right off the bat whether or not it was a Glock or a Ruger or Smith & Wesson or what have you. No, you can't tell that, but you can damn sure tell if it was a pistol, whether it was a shotgun, whether it was a rifle of some sort. You can tell. Freaking disingenuous moron. Because they don't want it the same way with the skirting the issue of what are the suspects? Who are the suspects? What do they look like? Give a description. And they keep coming back to, well, there was at least two. Two what? Two what? Martians? Two what? Go ahead and say it. Go ahead and say it. Teenage to early 20s black males is probably what the suspects look like. And if you think that I'm racist for saying that, what do you think the odds are, really? Is your head up your ass? In that community, what was it? Oh, you think that it was two fat white rednecks driving in from Tennessee or something to come shoot up your freaking block party? Waving their KKK flags? No, this shit was your own. Your own. It was your own sons, nephews, boyfriends. Your own. Don't know. No description. Can't speculate on what kind of guns they were. Really? Really? Stop it.
Thank you.
Thank you all.
Yesterday during the event. It's not my first time in Haiti going to an event out here, and I've seen police randomly coming through. There was not one officer out here.
Yes, ma'am.
My child was out here.
Yes, ma'am. What happened? This was an unpermitted event. We did not know the event was occurring until sometime yesterday, and we have to look our job.
Okay, her question was that she had seen videos or something like that, and there wasn't one officer on scene, and that's why I said it was an uncommitted event. Well, they didn't get a permit for it. Now, normally if you have a gathering over a certain amount of people, you're supposed to have a permit, and that's for liability and legal reasons. And again, the police department, paramedics, fire department, everybody that needs to know that there's going to be a gathering of large number at X location. They didn't do this. So this was not a permitted. So it's not a shortfall of the police because the police didn't know. They weren't notified. There was no permit for the event. But even though there was no permit for the event, I've never needed a police officer at any event that I was at or that I held. None. Why the hell would I need a police officer there? So it's more questions that really have nothing. Why didn't the police act quicker? Why weren't the police there? The police are not your freaking bodyguards. They're not your security service. That's your job. That's your job. You're a citizen. But these jackwagons here, they want to do everything that they can do to prevent you from doing what is your responsibility and your duty. To include being a productive, forthright, and responsible parent. And then they're going to come after the rest of us because of their shortfalls.
My job is to investigate and see what our officers did once we figured out that there was a large party.
You could tell by the way his voice changed that he was a liar. Of course he was a liar. Well, everybody, they're all spinning the situation. They're all spinning the situation.
mistakes, we will fix them and move forward so it never happens again. But again, we did not know that this event was occurring.
Thank you all.
Yeah. And there you have it. What a good bullet point for this show. start out with that one.
And you can repeat it again on Tuesday.
Well, no, I'm not. Tuesday there's not going to be a show because it's Independence Day.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So I already mentioned it before you came on the show, and I was going to make sure that everybody.
Next time you're up. I mean, this is like every week.
Yeah, and I hope folks like the new format. And like I said, I can, like, let's say if there was something that I wanted to, they were just talking there. There was not anything that needed seeing, but if there was, so I can go big like that when need be. But I didn't think it needed it for that stop. But yeah. So what do you think of the new tweaks and format for the show?
I like it.
Yeah. How about you, Judy? Says there's only one person watching. Is Judy the only person watching there? Can't be. Yeah,
no, I'm watching.
Yeah, and I have no idea. See, your
that jumps around.
What jumps around?
I mean,
I
the
numbers.
That last week.
Oh, the numbers. Yeah, there's a lag in the numbers as well. Hey, did you notice? No moon face.
Yeah.
No moon face. See, it's.
What'd you do?
I put the camera. Remember, I said I wanted the camera like 2 feet, past the wall. Well, I can't do that. Yeah. I've actually got it as close to the wall as possible. It's resting right up against the soundproofing. You saw the. I've got sound deadening acoustics in the studio, so it's all the way there, and I'm sitting back. So I'm sitting back where I was halfway okay with the camera angle the lens perspective the last time. But being that I am back and the camera's back, that's given me an extra, I think, 8 inches probably. And it matters with such a small lens size. So it's working out better.
And you did trim your beard.
I did. I took an inch off. So see, what it does is it doesn't. It's more in line with most of my other pictures before I let it grow longer this spring. So it doesn't lengthen my face too long, because the longer it gets, it just pulls the whole face down. When my face doesn't get any skinnier, it's the visual trick is pulling you down. But this is about my normal beard length. So I can go maybe 1/4 of an inch longer, but I'm not going to complain about it.
No, it's what you're used to.
Yeah.
You know, it's not.
And I have no idea why your camera came on.
I don't know. My sister, before they left, this is domino night.
Oh.
We usually go out
she means
play dominoes.
Dominoes, the game, not
the game.
Domino pizza night.
And so we do that, and I wanted to let them turn them on to your channel, but.
Yeah, I'm going to, I kind of like this format. I'm going to change it up a little bit visually, but have the same idea. I'm going to bring back my quick draw segment. I had a quick draw. It says, quick draw, 2 minutes or less with a Whiskey Cowboy. Now, I'm not going to do 2 minutes or less, but 2 minutes was, at the time, what Instagram would allow in one video clip. So I'd do an audio of 2 minutes or less of a particular topic. So, but I'm going to bring it back as, again, quick draw, it won't be 2 minutes or less, but it'll be one issue. Like, I'll take this issue, sort of what I did here this time, but I'll script it out. This was on the fly, because like I said, I haven't seen the whole thing. I only saw like half of when Clown Mayor was talking the first time. That's as far as I got. But then I'll I'll handle one issue, whether it's a news item or whether it's a social item or whatever, and I'll just let it rip, and I'll bring in the major content in where you've got now where the Zoom meeting will be the major content, but the same idea, so that you can see me rant and rave and shake my fist and point my fingers, and hear me at the same time and see the content. So. Oh, Judy says yes, and the beard looks great too. Thank you. I was much happy. See, when it gets longer, I always ask the missus. I'm like, is it getting too long? Is it getting? And she's like, oh, I just love it the way it is. However you have it. It's like she's biased. It's like it doesn't help me out any. So I like it. Again, this maybe a quarter of an inch longer, but that's it. When it gets an inch longer, or like it was before I trimmed it down this last time, it just. I don't know. It's not me.
Yeah, as long as you keep it conditioned.
Oh yeah. Oh, I'm anal about my beard. It's like, oh, my beard looks like crap, and no, it's fine. It's like if I get one little flyaway, it irks the crap out of me. And I watch other guys out in public, and they got flyaways. But me, it's like, okay, so I have my product. It's I'll have to bring it on. It's got like Blackbeard on it. It's a little mousse bottle, and it's mousse for your beard hair.
I think I've seen that. Yeah, I think that was something my husband.
Yeah,
used.
my son turned me on to it.
Yeah,
it's like, oh well, that's good because it not only keeps your beard hair where it's supposed to go, but it conditions the skin, so then you don't get dry skin underneath. So it's
and it kept his soft.
Yeah. Yeah, so I use that. I use Viking. Is it New Viking? I'll bring that up too. I'll show you. And I'm not sponsored by any of these companies, but I use a sandalwood shampoo, and I used to use their sandalwood conditioner for my beard too. But since I use that beard mousse stuff, I don't need to condition my beard because that does it all at the same time.
Right.
So I was like, oh, yeah. I hate looking like a scrub. It's like no.
While we're on your bullet point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can bring up that heyjackass.com.
Oh, heyjackass.com.
Yeah. Bring up that website. You'll be surprised.
Let's see here. Heyjackass.com. There we go. Let's pull it up into the big screen. There we go. See, this is working out good, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
There we go. Oh, is this all oh yeah, you said this is Chicago.
Yeah, this
stuff.
is Chicago. I wished other places would do that. But yeah, it's a
tabulates how many 30-day stupidity trend. Yeah, look at that. Oh, and see, there's your red zone.
It's really interesting.
Again, I mean, you look at this is a map of Chicago. Okay, right
up
here.
There it says illustrating Chicago's values.
Yeah, but look at this. These are not unknown. It's like, let's say, and remember when Mayor Clownface wanted to claim that we have an epidemic, a national problem with violence and guns. It's like, no, even within cities, you know where the problems are. Look at this shit. You know where it is. It's not here. It's not over here. It's not over here.
Nope.
It's not up in here. It's here. In here.
Triple and plus homicides.
Right.
That's the deep red.
Yeah. They know where it is.
Oh, yeah.
So this one, followed by this, again. But see, as a police officer, we knew in the cities as well where the crime was happening. Everybody knows. And even like when I was living in Manchester, before I moved to my current location, you You knew what streets to stay away from. You knew where the drugs were. You knew where the crime was. And in fact, it could be just a block or even a half a block from you, and you'd be fine as long as you didn't go there. It's not a national issue. It's a 4th and Auburn issue. You know, it's a 5th and Macaroni issue. You know, it's a so-and-so housing
issue.
What's that?
It's a criminal issue.
It is right, but what I'm saying is, you know the locations.
Oh yeah.
So
yeah. That's even here. Our population is less than, I don't know, it's about 100,000. That's about all we have. Maybe a little more. I don't know anymore. But yeah, like some guy got shot dead for intruding in somebody's space, somebody's house, just this last week here.
Yeah. And I'm in an even smaller community. I've got like maybe 5,000 people. Pretty small.
Oh, really?
Town.
Well,
yeah.
That's about right. That's perfect.
But it's still 4,999 people too many for me.
Look there, 82.3% black.
Oh yeah, yeah. This is the race of victim analysis.
Yeah,
82.3% are black, but then you go okay, and Hispanic, and then white and other is little.
Well,
but then
it says
you go
assailants.
right, but then you got to go the assailants, right? They're most of the assailants. They're most of the assailants.
The assailants is like so far in 2023, there's been 260 black victims.
Right.
And the assailants that they have nailed were like so far 26.
26. That's what I'm saying. I said that.
Yeah,
I just didn't give the numbers.
Oh well, it's like it's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they have some really good articles too.
One
really
assailant's
get down
white or other, and 13 victims.
Yeah.
200 plus black. 26. You know, it's
Isn't
like
that amazing?
no, it's. Yeah, it's.
Whoever does this website,
It's
they
not
work
amazing.
for-
It's well-known data. It's pretty. Cool.
Well, exactly. I wish they did this kind of site for other communities.
Yeah, well, you can do it yourself. This just makes it easy. You
Yeah,
can find the
it's
stats.
just-
It's out there, and like I said, it's known. It's known.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they know exactly who pulled this shit off.
Judy says, "I like the big screen." Oh, you like this one right there? Yeah, like I said, when there's things that need viewing, I'll just pop it on the big screen. But if not, like at the press conference, there was nothing to see. You just saw that there was a guy talking. So
Yeah, I like to keep it small so I can see the chat. I can see when Judy or whoever talks.
right, but that's not what I was talking about. This is small here. This is. Oh, you can't see it. This is small here. The internet is small underneath me here, and then it's big.
Yeah, okay, I see.
Then it's big when you need to see it.
Right.
When the press conference was on, I had this screen so that
Right.
you could see me, and I could rant, and I could point at the camera, show my hands, and you could just see the guys talking and gals talking in the small screen below it, because you didn't need to see anything. But as soon as you brought something, you're like, hey, go check out this, and it was like, okay, well then, boom, big screen, so people can see it better. Not just you, but the people that are
Yeah, I know
watching
what you're saying.
on YouTube.
You know,
Right,
there's
Judy?
probably a lot of people out elsewhere. I mean, they're traveling, visiting family, whatever.
Oh, why? For
Well, I
not
mean,
on the
why
show?
they're not here.
Oh, I don't care. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, that's not what I was talking about. I wasn't talking about people not here. I was talking about people Zoom meeting folks versus YouTube folks. Judy and other people that aren't in Zoom meeting and that just watch it and you're talking, you see it in the bottom. But yeah, whatever. I've been through that. Gus is I don't think Gus has joined us. I know that he's been up to his camp up north. He sent me pictures out of the camp skyline, and Sally was at the picnic table. She was kind of worn out. They've been busy. Oh man, after the last show, and everybody went to bed, I did not like the quality of the show. I did not like the camera angles. I did not like the moon face. I didn't like any of that. Just like that's not how I look. So I started immediately after the show. I started reworking things. So I moved my monitors forward. I took my like I said, I put the camera behind the monitor by the wall. Move my microphone. It looks about the same, but it wasn't, because now it's almost directly to my right, where before it was 45 degrees and right between the two monitors. So it's coming into the same place and it looks about the same, but it's in two different locations. But it allows me to, I couldn't reach back with the microphone any further, and I needed to, because I'm not even bellied up to the edge of the workstation yet. So I'm back. It gives me more distance, and I can only do that because I moved the microphone. But that's not the only problem. And I put the flag back up and I worked things and I tweaked it the next day, but I got it about where I wanted to. In the middle of the process, I had about probably a quarter of my coffee cup, my travel one, my second go-to. I start the show with the mug and then I go to this one. Was still in it, and I had knocked it over and I spilled coffee all over the workstation, all down the front, all down the front of my jeans. It's like, oh man. It's like, that was not good. That was not good at all.
I'm gonna have to get you a sippy cup.
Do those? Oh, those, if they're leaked, they'll leak a lot slower. Yeah, but because this one, it has a smaller hole in it. Let's see here. I keep getting it.
Most of them have a flap on them, or
yeah. This doesn't have a flap, but it has a
slide job.
It has a nice little thing. But yeah, it just I knocked it forward towards me, and so I'm still gonna. I got it all cleaned up, but I'm sure that there is still coffee residue. So I'm still gonna have I'm gonna have to clean it up when I have some time and just rewash everything again. But oh man, I was fuming.
At least you didn't dump it on your keyboard. Or
no, it went under my keyboard, so it fell under. Well, yeah, it's better than on it. Yeah. Didn't, not on my mixer board, not on anything crucial, but just the whole workstation and underneath the keyboard and down my jeans.
When I worked in the school system, we'd have these kids throw up on their keyboards.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, not good.
No. We used to clean them up. But
sour puke a day later isn't good.
Yeah. Oh, God.
So I think we're pretty well dialed in, and unless there's any, I've got to watch the show again, but I think everything is dialed in. Judy says, "Oh, good. I have been wondering about them. Wondering about who? My jeans? My jeans are fine. They washed. I did a load of wash the next day. So we're falling behind. Wondering about who? Oh, Gus and Sally. I'll bet she's talking about.
Oh, yeah.
Gus and Sally. Yeah, they're fine. Gus is having a good time. They went up to the camp. Camp.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are out of town.
Yep. But yeah, I think I've got it dialed in. Oh, coffee.
We're gonna go to the range, and they have a put on a. It's a good place to go up on the towers and watch all the surrounding fireworks.
Yep. Judy says you were so stressed out. I was stressed out. I just didn't. I didn't like how things were working, and I was like, I can go to bed, but it's like, no, I was just keyed up. It's like, let's get this done. So I didn't get to bed. I mean, we stopped the show. The last show was what, about 11:30?
It was after 10 for you. I mean,
yeah, it's like I think it was like 11:30. We
oh,
went
was it
over.
that late for you?
Yeah.
No, it wasn't either. Because I'm an hour behind you, or I'm an hour.
Right.
Difference.
Well, let's see how long the show was. The show was.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, this isn't telling me, but we'll find out right here. The show was.
It was over.
Okay, about 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
So it wasn't 11:30. It was about 2.5 hours.
Yeah,
So,
no,
okay,
it wasn't, because
so it was,
I got to bed before 10.
Okay, so 10:30. We'll call it 10:30, and then I started working. I didn't get to bed until after 2.
Wow. Well,
So I spent that time tweaking everything and figuring out what size I need everything. So this is what I came up with. Here we are.
It looks good.
Well, I hope so. I'll find out after the show. It's like, oh no, John's putting in another 4 hours tweaking it again. No, I'm not going to. I think we're pretty well set this time. Again, I can tell. I'm not. My face isn't getting warped when I turn it, and it was getting warped. But yeah, I'm going to do the quick draw and get that up and running. But I've been working out straight with the chickens and the rest of the property, and now my daughter, she's on a trip. She had to go to Kentucky with her guy and pick up his stuff and come back, and she's going to be moving into their place. And
Oh, yeah, you said she was moving out.
yeah. Now Judy says, Gus and Sally silly. Wow, that must be a big lag going on there, because that just came up.
Yeah.
Wow, I wonder what the deal
Too bad
is.
there's no timing on these. You know what I mean?
Oh, when yeah, like
Yeah,
with
yeah.
Facebook, you can go back and it timestamps each
Yeah,
comment.
yeah.
Yeah. You may afterwards, when it runs afterwards, if you're
Oh, yeah,
watching
you
it.
will after you if you rerun it. Yeah, you'll see exact times.
But yeah, now we got the fireworks going. The gals do not like that shit. But I was out with the guitar. I
Yeah, I
posted
saw
up the picture.
picture.
And, yeah, that's my
Post.
That's one of them. I've got a few of them. That's my Fender. It's a Johnny Cash special, but it doesn't. It used to have a black pick guard on it as well, but it doesn't anymore. It has a kind of a negative image, but it's in sepia, so it's brown, of a herd of running horses. And the kids got me that for the guitar. And so yeah, I was out on the porch drinking my whiskey and playing the guitar, and lo and behold, the chickens really enjoyed that, and they were up there just looking around and dancing away. They were funny. Judy says, I finally got a new phone, so no more crazy mistakes in my spelling. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, Judy says it was like 10:30 there. Yeah, so I was an hour off on how long I thought the show lasted. It's 9:27 here, so we're about an hour and a half into this show. You're lucky, because I was like beat dead tired before the show. And the missus says, well, if you don't have good conversations, cut the show short. I'm like, I may have to do that. So let's see how it goes. But then this bullet point is like, yeah, let's cover this, since it is hot in the news right now, and it's going to be used by all the lefties out there to further infringe upon, or attempt to infringe upon, the rights of law-abiding citizens. So it was good timing. Yipper skipper. And again, we still need to get the other guys coming over.
Yeah.
I don't know why. I don't know why they're coming over. This is a so much easier platform than Facebook. Again, no glitches. Yeah, everybody uses YouTube. It's like,
exactly.
Even if you hate YouTube, you have a YouTube account.
I know it. I hate YouTube, but I use it.
Yeah, because there's good stuff there.
Well,
the missus, she watches all of her homesteading channels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And so it's still a viable platform for a lot of things other than, let's say, political commentary on the right, where they hammer you.
Whatever.
Judy says, I really like it. Works really well. The improvement. Yeah. I think, I think it's easier for people to text up. I think it's easier to interact.
It is.
It's easier for me to add the content. I like this format better. I do enjoy now that the camera's there. People can see. They can see John get animated.
I got a question. That number that like you always post that number.
978
number.
Oh,
is that always the same?
Yes, the Zoom number is always the same, and it's the same as the studio line.
Oh, okay.
The studio line number is 1-978-806-0672. So folks can call the studio line, and they can talk just on their cell phone. Or they can join the Zoom room, which is 978-806-0672. It's the same number minus the 1. And I got to choose the number. So it's like, make them the same. So I made them the same. And it's always the same number every show. Doesn't change.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I had never thought about it until just now. I just thought.
Yeah, you can do it and you can set it up and have it, and it generates a random number right. But I also have a business account. It's not a standard Zoom account. It's a business account. So I've got extra features that I can do, and I can do unlimited. I can run 3 days if I want to run 3 days. Where the free version doesn't allow you. It's something like 45 minutes, and then it shuts down. Then you got to restart it and do it again.
Right.
And it's like, no, I can't run a Zoom meeting for the show unless I have a business account. So it was another expense that I put in there. Speaking of expenses, yes, I have new equipment. Yes, I added a new monitor. Yes, I have upgraded internet. Yes, I have all these goodies. And yes, I pay for them myself. So if anybody out of the graciousness of their heart would like to contribute to anything, there's a link underneath the show. And in that link, there's all sorts of ways that you can help contribute. Some is just if you want to send me something, you can send me stuff in the mail, a T-shirt, hat, bottle of whiskey, what have you. Something for canoeing, something, hey, y'all know what I like and my interests. And you can donate financially. You can make a single payment for any amount you want, or you can set up a monthly recurring payment for, again, as much or as little as you want, and it can be terminated at any time at your will. So if anybody would like to help support the content, greatly appreciate it. It does not pay my bills. I try to tell people, I'm not rolling in the dough. I'm not one of those big fishes out there. I don't have sponsors, and I don't have a shit ton of people that are sending me money each month. I couldn't pay for one grocery bill with the donations that I get per month. I just couldn't, and that's an understatement. I'm not getting in very much money. Maybe, oh heck, I can't even get a good bottle of whiskey with the amount that people are paying me. So, Judy says, I love YouTube. I love YouTube for what it is. And there's a lot of content. I mean, guitar content and reviews and trucks and overlanding and camping and outdoor stuff. And yeah, it's great for that. And I even watch some other political pundits out there, conservatives. I do watch other folks' stuff. But you have to watch what you say so that your channel doesn't get shut down. It's just a cost of being able to reach the people. I'd rather be able to do it over on Rumble, but we've talked about that. And when people suggest, oh, you should do it here, and it's like, look, there's no place that I haven't considered. I'm not going on True Social. I won't be on Twitter. And I will put some content on Rumble, but I probably won't run the show live on Rumble until they get their shit straight. So, we're on YouTube. It is what it is. I don't know. Can you guys hear the fireworks going out outside?
No.
It's all my neighbors.
No.
I believe in live and let live, and hopefully, if I do something that's going to annoy them, they'll keep their mouth shut. So yeah, I'm not a big fan of fireworks in town. I'm not a big fan of that.
There's not a lot of young people in my neighborhood.
Yeah.
You know, they're all.
Yeah, we got mixed.
Plus.
We have mixed. I'm not the oldest, but there's not many in the immediate area that are older than I am. A lot of them are younger. A lot of young families. It could be my kids and my grandchildren. But, yeah. It is what it is. I got to move out into the country. I'm in a beautiful location, very Americana, especially, during a nice snowstorm and stuff like that. It's nice and at night, and the snow's coming down, and the street lamps, and then you got the church, and it's beautiful. But I don't like small town politics. I don't like town politics. I don't like neighbors. I don't mind neighbors. I just assume not.
My neighbors are all real respectful. Now it's kind of weird because, well, I've been in this house for 17 years, and the building next to me was a Boast house. It had like, I don't know, 6 apartments in it, but they were all Boast.
I have no idea what Boast is.
Okay, Boast here is
that like Section 8?
No, these are physically, mentally challenged, you know.
Okay, mentally, so they're assisted living for the mentally challenged.
Right,
okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I have never, ever, ever had a problem with them, never.
Mm-hmm.
And they have, a regular staff that comes, and most of them are, if they're bad enough, they're one-on-one. They'll have one person that comes and takes care of them, and they sold the building a few months back, and this guy that bought it has turned it into apartments.
Mm-hmm.
So, I don't know. We're going to see how it goes.
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah. Yeah. But...
Oh, and see, I get to sit back. I've been sitting back the whole show.
Yeah,
all the other shows, I lean forward. Then the back ends up hurting. It's like, oh.
Yeah.
I put up my feet. I can't put up my feet.
Now, Judy, you're in Kentucky, right?
No, Judy is in Oklahoma.
Oh, she's in Oklahoma.
Yep.
Okay.
No, I mentioned Kentucky earlier. That's probably stuck in your brain because that's where my daughter's.
No, one of your who was the other gal that is on here all the time?
Oh, let's see here. Oh, well, there was Connie, but she's Wyoming.
No, not Connie.
Oh. Laurel.
She's in Kentucky, right? One of your gals is in Kentucky.
Let's find out here. I'll see. It might. She's.
I think it's Laurel.
Yeah, it might be Laurel. I'm trying to. trying to find, because I know she's liked something of mine. So it's like, let's see if we can go to her page. Find out where she is.
Oh, she's like me. She's got it locked down.
Yeah, it's not saying where she is.
No.
No, she may be from Kentucky. I'm not so sure.
I think she is. If it's not her, it's Connie. Yeah. But I think it's her. Because I was just looking back at the chat here, and we were talking about, when we closed last time, and Judy said it was like 10:30 here.
Yeah, she's in. Yeah, but how's that work?
Really, because I'm an hour.
You're further east than Judy is, and Judy's in my same time zone. So
how in the hell does that work if she's in Oklahoma?
Well, it depends upon where in Oklahoma.
Evidently. That's weird. Okay.
Yeah, because it was 2.5 hour show, then that would have been 10:30.
Yeah, because it was about 9:30 here for me.
Yeah, that makes more sense. I don't know. Whatever.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter.
Because I know I was in bed by 10.
It's 9:40 here. Yeah, see, Judy says, relax, cowboy. Right, yeah, I can't kick up my feet. What time is it there, Judy? See how long it takes her to answer that one. Must have a hell of a lag. May not be a lag. There's three. It shows three viewers right now. It might not be much of a lag online. It just might be a lag when I get notified.
No, I don't see it either.
You don't see what, hers?
Right now, Peggy, maybe Laura.
Peggy, maybe Laura.
Now,
Peggy. Yeah, it might be Peggy.
Peggy, it might be Peggy. Yeah.
Might be Peggy.
I forgot about Peggy. Where the hell's Peggy?
Peggy. Yeah, it's Peggy. I think she got a cat for a profile picture on. Oh, there's me and my new.
Yeah,
riff.
I'm surprised she hasn't.
There's me and my Fender. And I got my
there it is.
Taylor. My Taylor. I don't think I posted a picture of Taylor. Nice guitar. And my Yamaha electric. Running my Fender modeling amps. So. The simple things in life. So I said, oh, multi-talented. Yeah, I Renaissance man. I do a little bit of this and a little bit of that. Let's see if Judy's going to answer the question. It's now 9:41 here. See what time it is out there, Judy. What time it is? Yo.
Judy, what time is it?
Time for me to put another battery in my watch. I need to take it into the jewelers and have them put a new watch battery in.
God, it's been so many years since I've worn a watch, and I've only got a dozen of them.
Well, now I carry the phone around most of the time, so I've always got backup. But all my pocket watches, they've run out of batteries. I got to go put batteries in them, and then my wristwatch, the battery ran out. It's like, oh my God. Hey, put some I need a wind watch. Is what I need. And they got the nice ones that self-wind with just moving.
Oh yeah.
Eco
I've got some really old
like
ones. I've got my first watch ever.
Watch it.
Yeah.
Yes, my first watch. It's a
And then I've
sundial.
got-
You carry around a sundial with you?
And yeah, right. I got one in my yard.
Judy says she's Central Time, so she's an hour behind me. So she's your
well,
time.
I'm Central Time.
Yeah.
She's my time.
Yeah, that was weird. So I think Judy was mistaken. Had to have been 9:30.
9:30. Yeah.
Her time. Her time, my time, we're all time.
Well, she might have been putting it. in
Yeah,
your
see,
time.
she says 8:43.
Yeah, that's what.
See, it's 9:43 here.
Yeah.
So where's the damn lag? I just looked at. It's 9:43 exactly. She says 8:43. She just typed up. So
Yeah.
I don't know what the
Isn't
lag
that amazing?
is. We're spot on now with this. So whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
It is weird.
It's not important.
Nope.
Look, you know, we dealt with it. We dealt with the lag on Facebook and trying to
Yeah, I
figure
just-
out what somebody's comment makes a comment and it's like, oh, you're three topics late, but that's okay. We'll
like-
figure it out.
Like watching a Japanese movie.
Yeah. Yeah. Yippers giver. Boy, it is getting hot in the studio. But that's good. We're running hard for almost 2 hours now, and that's not too bad. I'm glad that I've got low heat lights, so I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, them LEDs are.
Yeah, I don't think I got an LED over here. This one's a. I had it. Looks like an ice cream cone.
Oh, Obama bulbs, I call them.
Well, I don't. It's a constant light photography light, and it looks like
okay.
it looks like an ice cream cone. They think of it like a neon sign, but just shaped. It's white, but shaped like an ice cream cone. They wrap around. It's tubes, and then I've got my other lamp. That's my standard studio lamp. That's just a regular. Is that? That's probably LED. So okay, 2 LEDs and one.
Yeah, those
Ice
LEDs are
cream.
nice.
Yeah, you got to watch out for color correction with them though, because they don't always go true. But yeah, I worked that out in camera settings. Judy says, "Dang, must really be a long lag." No,
Yeah, it is.
no, if it's an hour lag, no. I'm on the East Coast. You're in Central, so we're an hour apart. But you were spot on. You said 8:43, and it's 9:43.
Yeah.
When you typed up and it hit me, you said it was 8:43. So.
Well, when that hit the page, I looked at my time and it was the same as mine. So she's not.
Okay, so it was the same as yours, and it was
Exactly.
right on time. So I don't know why. I don't know why she's.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't see why there's a. No, she says most likely. Okay, so whatever. It's fine. Not important.
Nope.
No.
First.
My shirt didn't wash out, so that's good. It's got a lot of white in it, so I was worried. It's like, oh crap, I have to change all my settings because I've got too much light in my shirt. I had a light green shirt on, I think yesterday, testing things out, and it just reflected so much light. It looked like I was like glowing light green underneath here, and then my face was fine, but everything else was glowing. It's like, oh no. Must have just been just the right shade of green or something.
It must have been
really
because
light green.
Must have been a real bright green.
No, it's a light green shirt. But it was
That's
just enough
weird.
to reflect the light, and it was washing
No,
out.
this
so.
this doesn't reflect.
This shirt, no, this shirt's doing
Yeah.
fine. That's one of my favorites. I like this shirt. Yep. But good. Closing in now. 9:47. 9:47. Yeah, I love being able to import stuff like that, and it was good stuff. Good stuff. That was a good good long bullet point rant about those jackasses. Spin, spin, spin. They just spin everything in the wrong direction while avoiding the actual problem. It's what the stuff that they created.
Oh, they want to be a victim. Victimhood.
Yeah. And then blame you for it and then crack down on you. It's like, look, my family's fine. My community's fine. My state's fine.
Exactly.
You correct your shit. Don't do anything that affects me because I didn't cause your shit. I didn't do it. You did it. It's yours.
Well, what do you think about all these, how the Supreme Court hearings came out, decisions came out?
Oh, the different rulings? Yeah, very interesting across the board.
Yeah, it was good.
Some of them good, some of them not so good.
Well, but, that's true, but
more wins than losses this time around. The left is losing their mind.
Oh yeah.
It's like whatever. Shut up. Judy says, I still love this better than Facebook. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, God, 10 times better. I'd get kicked off at least once.
Yeah.
Probably twice. You know.
And this is actually easier for me to set up each time. There's less work. There's more work peripherally, but to actually stream the show, I just get everything running. And then I just go live. I don't have to log in anywhere because I'm already logged into YouTube, and I'm running their back end at the same time and running this feed whatever. It's handy. It's handy. I like the format.
Yeah. I do too. I like it better.
I'm talking about the format for me running the show, not what you're seeing.
Oh, okay.
All my back end stuff. But yeah, format of the show, I like this. And the video, like you said, the video should be crisper now. Even though I could do it crisper, I'm still running that haze filter on it, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because what that's doing is it's helping mute some of the reds. So it's nice. It gives it kind of a worn jeans-ish look, which is fine. The other one popped the colors a little bit too much, and if I'm going to tone down the colors, I'd rather tone them down this way. I like the way it looks. So. Sliding out of my chair. Yep. So I think we got to keep her. Still haven't gone canoeing. I got to go. But it's been raining. Rain.
Well, it was supposed to rain here, and it didn't. But that's okay.
Yeah, it rained here.
It's going to cool off this coming week a little bit, be in the 80s.
Yeah, I don't mind the heat. Just get rid of that humidity. The humidity has been absolutely horrible. Got up this morning, and it was between 60 and low 70s. So it was a cool evening, but it was wet. You know, you get out on the porch and it's like you sit there and it's still just wet. It's cooler, but it's dank. It's like, this is how Louisiana is in the wintertime. It's still dank, but it's cooler. And then as the day rolled on and it got warmer, the humidity was still there, and then about midday I think it started raining.
Yeah, see, our humidity here now is only about 50%, so it's good.
Judy says 9:47. Mine says 8:51. That's why I said, a long lag. Oh, okay.
Yeah, mine just turned to
47,
52.
48, 49, 50, 50. Yeah, you got a 4-minute lag. You got a 4-minute. Yeah, that's longer than it usually is. It's usually I think it's usually about a 20-second lag, which is fine. That's doable. A 4-minute lag is a long lag.
Yeah, that's quite a bit.
That's a long lag. I'll still deal with it. That's fine. Everything else is running smooth because the lag isn't that long most of the time. Like I said, it's usually about a 20-second lag. And that's really doable. Yeah, I'm liking the beard better this way. Yep. See what
Yeah.
time it is.
I was just looking at the radar and I thought maybe Judy might get some rain. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm getting rain.
Are you?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been raining since just after noon.
It's petering out, so
Nah. When
it won't ever hit me.
Well, my rain won't hit you. You're getting a different.
No,
front.
I meant I was looking at
At the radar?
Oklahoma. Yeah. Coming from Oklahoma. Yeah.
Proud to be
Down
an
around
Okie from Muskogee.
Shreveport's catching it.
Louisiana?
Yeah.
Shreveport. Been there, done that. Yeah, most everybody knows Muskogee, Oklahoma, but few people can tell you where Muskogee, Oklahoma is.
Yeah.
It's northeast Oklahoma, way up in the corner. Northeast. I lived south central.
No, actually, Muskogee
right off the red.
is. No, Muskogee is southeast of Tulsa.
Yeah, but that should be in the north. Let's see here.
No, it's not.
No, it should be in northwest of or northeast of the state.
Nope. About in the center. Not even. No, it is in the northeast of the state.
Well, that's what I said. It was in the northeast of the state.
It's northeast
You're gonna go,
of
no.
Oklahoma.
Yeah.
Oklahoma City.
Yeah. Well, say Tulsa's north of it, but it's right down. It's right here.
Yeah.
Muskogee Cherokee Nation. Let's see here. Muskogee, right there. See, it's when you blow in, it's just southeast of Tulsa, but it's in the northeastern section of the state.
I think that's where.
See, there it is, right there.
I went to a gun museum in Oklahoma, and I think it was in Muskogee. It was one of the best gun museums. It was started by a family that it was a private collection is how it started out.
Yeah, it could have been there. Don't know.
But
yeah, I pulled out on the map and it says Muskogee and then Creek Nation. It shows it's not where it is on the map because it's really it's right here. It's not down here. It's right here. It's just southeast of Tulsa.
Right.
In the northeast
like
section.
Central east.
Well, I consider central around Oklahoma
It is a little
City.
north of us, but
Yeah. Yeah, see, Oklahoma City, central Oklahoma. It's right here. And I was down here.
You were down where?
Down here. Someplace down here.
Oh, down below Oklahoma City?
Yeah, down on the red. Let's see here. See if I can... there we go. We'll blow it up. There we go. Come on down here. Okay, come on. Where's the Texas border? Here's the Texas border. There we go. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, there. Come on now.
There's Choctaw Nation.
Where the hell is it?
Now you're in Texas.
Yeah, this is Texas. I'm there because I'm moving the map. Oh, no, watch this. I'm going to cheat. There we go. Oh, bring me in. No, there we go. There we go. There we go. I thought it was down here. It's not. It's right here. Come on now, show me the
Oh, that's
border.
way over there. Okay.
That's where, yeah. This little town right here, Frederick, Oklahoma. See, there's the red.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah.
So it's right on the red. And then Altus Air Force Base should be someplace right there. Altus. And then Fort Sill is...
I lived in Fort Sill.
So where's Fort Sill? It's in Lawton. Where's
Yeah.
Lawton?
Well,
Where the
my
hell was I?
stepdad was stationed at Sill, and then we lived in Lawton.
Yeah, where the hell is Lawton? Oh, right here. There's Lawton. Field Artillery. Fort Sill. Dun dun dun. Yeah, it's been ages since I've been back there. Holy cow. In my head, Lawton was always due north. But it's clearly not. It's you gotta go east and then north.
Yeah, yeah. Due east, northeast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see, folks
Yeah,
can
I
see
think
the
it was
roads
in
here.
this-
If you get lost any place, you're stupid because all you got to do is just keep making a right turn, and you'll
Exactly.
You'll come back
Everything
around.
is pretty
Everything
well
is a box.
checkerboard in
Yeah.
that state.
Yeah. Yipper.
Yeah, I was in the 6th grade when I was in Lawton. That's before we went to Germany. So.
Judy says she is South Central.
Yeah.
Oh, and there's Norman. Yeah, driving up there,
Yeah,
you wouldn't know the difference
Norman.
between Norman, Moore, and Oklahoma City is just one big. Norman
Yeah,
and Moore is
exactly.
all suburb and then into Oklahoma City.
Yeah.
Have Celebration Station. They probably still have it in Oklahoma City. Have the go-karts and stuff like that. Just off the highway. But yeah, see, there's the Muskogee Creek Nation down here, but Muskogee's over here. Muskogee's over here. Tulsa. Yep. Yeah, absolutely. Should be about time. Yeah, it's 10 o'clock. That's 2 hours, folks. 2 hours.
Yeah.
So thank you for joining the show tonight. I'm going to shut it down. And again, Tuesday, no show Tuesday since it is Independence Day.
Yeah.
Happy birthday to the United
Be at
States.
the range.
So hopefully everybody can have a great time with friends and family. I think I'm going to have a quiet time here. And
Yeah.
spend some time with
My
the
family
girls.
consists of 3 of us.
3 of you.
Yeah. Right here in Fort Smith, my sister and her husband and me. That's the only people left here. My brother moved up to Springfield, Missouri, up in that area,
Oh.
just outside of Springfield. So,
Yeah, still you can drive there.
yeah, I could, but why?
Hey, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, folks. Next show, Thursday evening, same time, same place. I'll rattle the cage of folks. Hopefully they'll be able to join us. This format layout's working great. I think we've got things dialed in. I'll give it a view on my big screen and see how that works. Most of the people are on cell phones, so it's not as crucial, but I like things work out well.
God, I hope we get somebody. You know.
Yeah, I know Gus will come back, but he's busy.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, there's
Yeah.
a bunch of the guys that they just haven't migrated.
Yeah.
Haven't migrated over.
Well, it just takes time.
It does. All right. Again, thank you for
All right.
showing up. Judy,
Well, good night,
Donna,
everybody.
everybody else that's watching, I will see you around online. I will be putting out more information and content tomorrow as usual. And the next show will be Thursday. God bless and take care.
Yeah.